Hi, do you recognize this situation? Give me one. That's nice. What is next? Could you spot the analogy here? Does it maybe remind you of something? How about if we think that each nut is actually a task? Well, does it maybe look like your day? Well, the main difference here is that when I got just one nut, that wasn't the problem. You could say that I'm pulling the task and I'm deciding what I'm going to work on. The second situation was a typical push, which means, well, I was just thrown a bunch of tasks in my direction and I had to take care of them. This is not how you would like to have it, because either you run the day or the day runs you. So next Monday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking about 3 books that, in my case, were essential in getting control and influence on my day. These 3 books are Getting Things Done by David Allen, Personal Kanban by Jim Benson, and the third book is a book you will have to find yourself. But I would like to remind you that this problem, sooner or later, will come back to you once you become more efficient. And the third book is about procrastination. Yes. Procrastination is a small little devil that sooner or later is going to come to you. It is like that chocolate that you shouldn't eat, but you decide to do it anyway, and yes, later on you have some bad feelings here and there. But anyway, next Monday, what I'm going to do is I'm not just going to be talking about the method itself, because that will be boring. You can read about it. What I'm going to share is the way I implemented it for myself. So what kind of tools I'm actually using for that, how I'm actually capturing things and so on. A lot of these details were already covered in the first episode. But in this situation, please join me next Monday. I'm going to be talking all about GTDs, Kanbans, and getting influence back into your hands. See you next Monday. Oh, and in case you wondered what a Kanban is, well, Kanban is basically a supercharged list. This is my opinion. So if you take a list with sections and just flip it horizontally, then suddenly you're going to have swim lanes where you can actually put the tasks. What's very important here that the sections usually in a standard Kanban, they have some common names, and this is like to do, doing, and done. This is a very classical example. To do contains the tasks that I'm supposed to do. Doing are the tasks which I'm actually working on. And the last one, done, these are the tasks which I'm ready with. There is a good thing, because when you move the tasks from doing to done, your brain actually gets a bit of a positive impulse. And this is actually something that can again power you up when you work during the day. Another thing which is very important and kind of critical in Kanban is you work on minimizing the work in progress, which means the amount of tasks that you have in doing, basically tasks which are not finished, has to be at its minimum. But more about this next Monday. This is my first mountain in Costa Blanca. Look for a city called Petrer. From the top, fantastic views, great forests with an unbelievable smell of pine trees. The height, 1104 meters above sea level. Make sure to take enough water. 3.5 liters per head, in our case, was not enough. In the city, you will find a castle/fortress, and in general, this area, there's plenty of them. This time we're getting to 1209 meters above sea level. This trail was demanding, but the panorama view from the top was totally worth it. After a little bit of climbing, this is what we saw. You can see a huge part of Costa Blanca. You feel like you're on top of the world. I definitely recommend this mountain if you want to see the whole panorama. Originally, this was supposed to be the cliff route, but this beach completely stole my heart. Cities around are fantastic, with breathtaking views, great restaurants and cafes. This was a very demanding route, and it can get also very crowded. hence I could not really film there. Make sure to have good shoes. It requires also a permit, which can be obtained online and completely free of charge, and that's because there is a limit of 300 people per day. Views from the top, amazing. The city is very modern, but around it there's a few wild beaches and cozy places. As I said, the trail was very demanding, and there was also a lot of people, so I couldn't really film there. Ruta Roja splits at some point, and there's this mirador. Don't miss it. It's absolutely magical. Visiting Valencia on its National Day, if you want to make a talking film, well, that's a bad idea. I do recommend though renting a bike and going through the now dry riverbed. It all started with a flood in 1957, but today the riverbed is a park, which, as I tried it out myself, is best explored on a bike. Remember also that Valencia is home of the paella, which actually turns out to be also my favorite dish.